majority should know all the answers in the business plan if you did a good discovery, right? And you're just trying to check alignment and make sure that you're aligned. But if you find out you're not aligned there, what do? We should have another line that comes back up here to not yet, and I need some more information, right? So I will turn that over. So how far over was it?
Just don't worry about it.
No,
Don't worry about
just
it.
saying, I mean.
I've got 30 seconds to get through 45 minutes. You guys are running a speed, you know.
I've been here 11 years.
Oh, just throw your phone around, Rick. That's his mic drop for New York, guys. All right, so before I get into the business plan, how many of you guys, gals in the room, are sports fans? Okay, about the majority. So if you're not, you are right now. Because congratulations, you just became the owner of a sports team. Baseball, hockey, football, soccer, whatever your sport is. You became that owner. You also received the #1 draft pick for this coming up draft. If anybody follows the NBA, I heard the draft was just, the lottery was just done for the NBA, and somehow the Cleveland Cavaliers got the 8th pick. Rigged, but. So you got the draft pick coming up, right? Think about, throughout my process here, throughout talking about the business plan, think about your sports team, and think about the sports teams that you enjoy. When did they start researching that first draft pick, that #1 draft pick? You know who that #1 draft pick is, long before the draft happens. We're talking about 2019's #1 draft pick already on ESPN. They already know who the #1 draft pick is. When does that start? Sometimes in high school, right? Years ago, right?
16, sometimes 14.
14 years old, they're picking them. So think about the business plan as your outline to your draft pick. Veteran mams will tell you the business plan, unfortunately for the last couple of years, has been used as a tool of checking the box for the DOS. And it's a last-minute decision, last-minute process or tool. Rick talked about tools. We're going to talk about the CRM and the business plan working together. We're also going to talk about the sales steps, 0, 1, 2, and 3. If you do the heavy lifting in 0, 1, 2, and 3, step 6 is so much easier. The business plan is a tool for you and for the dealer. It helps set expectations. It gives you a guide. Personally, I like a little bit of a guide. For this training, we have a guide. We have this PowerPoint with notes on this. It guides us through it. Does it mean I'm going to stick to it? Heck no. But it gives me a guide. It gives me a roadmap on where to go. It also helps me dig deeper. It gives me questions to ask. So when should we bring up the business plan? When do you guys think? Anybody? Sometime early. Could you bring it up in your first meeting?
Yeah. Good.
How so, Mike?
Well, you could educate the dealer on the process for coming on board and, explain each of the meetings that you're going to have with him and what's going to take place. And
Setting expectations early in the process. Here to tell you, credit acceptance is a little bit different than most lenders. If you're not from the auto industry, most lenders have dealer agreements pre-printed in their trunk of their cars. They drop them off with a folder and 3 pens. Mr. Dealer, can you sign this and get back to me next week, Tuesday? For those that have enrolled stores, do we have that process here? A little different, right? How about if we set that expectation early? We set that difference as a positive, as a consultant. As I tell dealers when I walk into stores, I'm not a rate sheet drop-off and donut kind of guy. I'm here to help build your profit in your business. If you don't deliver more cars next month because of using us, I failed at my job, and I failed you. I'm not here to give you donuts. You want donuts, talk to your other lenders. Let me know when they drop them off. I'll swing by. So think about that. You can bring up the business plan very early. Who here calls the business plan a business plan with their dealers? Does anybody have a different name for it? Action plans. Accountability tool. Josh, Mr. Dealer, I got this accountability tool that we're going to fill out during this process. It's a bunch of questions along the way to help us out. It's to help me hold you accountable to things and help you hold me accountable to some things along the way. Does that sound fine with you? Mm-hmm. Great. Talk about it early. Because if you're at the enrollment part, and Michael goes, hey, I'm going to enroll this dealer today. You're all set, ready to go. And then you say, hey, Michael, I got this business plan I need you to fill out. Can you just get that back to me next Tuesday? Sure. Easy sale. Typically, it becomes a hurdle. Dealers don't understand it. We haven't told them about it. We haven't prefaced it enough. Think back to your questioning. Got to give them expectations and preface early on with it. Helps confirm alignment. Rick said we had two options, not now or yes. If it's a not now, we're going to find that out. We're going to find that out when it's the business plan time. You can use this as an action plan for the non-nows. Accountability tool. I know ma'ams that use this business plan as a living, breathing document for years. Earlier on, we asked about the marketing plan. Could a dealer you sign up today not focus on subprime business, but change their business model because of the success they see with credit acceptance? You saw a video this morning of a gentleman that had 14 cars on his lot. Started at 4. Now has 240 because of credit acceptance. Do you think his business model has changed multiple times? If you own a business, anybody ever own a business in here? No? All right, crickets. If you own a business and went to the bank to get a loan, if you need $1 million in capital to start your loan, you need a business plan. As your business grows, you need more capital. You need more business plans. This business plan can help long term. Can be that tool for you.
Question.
Yeah.
It's like, would you sign up a dealer with only 4 to 6 cars?
100%.
Yeah.
All day long, every day. Yes. If we are aligned, the expectations were clear, and we had a great process laid out for him. 100%. He signed up 240 cars on his lot. 100%. Generate deeper conversations. For those that aren't from the auto industry, this is a roadmap to get you to those deeper questions. We're going to talk about that in the next session here, next part of it. Setting expectations. Explain the purpose. Give the why. I'm going to give you the why today of why we're using the business plan. Because you need to understand why if you're going to use it in your markets. If you don't understand it, it's a check the box for your DOS, and he's going to end up saying no to you, and you're not going to know why. The accountability tool we keep talking about, bring it up lifelong. So, I have this problem of speeding through things. My leaders tell me all the time I need to slow down. So I do slow myself down. Josh Last, he's one of my mams in my zone, and I say this on a regular basis. You need to slow down to go fast. Slow down to get more information. I've made those new enrollment mistakes. To this day, I still enroll stores that I haven't slowed down for, and I should have. Josh has got one of those stores, a Lincoln store, single point Lincoln store. His first month on the job, he got a free enrollment. It was an enrollment as he's getting hired, purposely. There's a group we did business with. They didn't have any traffic. They didn't do subprime. Brand new Lincoln store to the market. Open point. Josh, how long did it take us to go active?
30 days.
30 days. How many deals have they done since?
They've done 2 total.
2 total deals. If we would have slowed down, I might have held off on that enrollment until they've been open for 60 or 90 days to build up traffic. In your books, on page 30, in your activity workbooks, page 30, you're going to see an example of a business plan. It's going to have a bunch of open white space.
Guys, just so you know, you're going to be taking these books with you
Yes.
for your subsequent breakout, so make sure you have them with you.
So we're going to start, and I'm going to give you a very quick overview of the whys behind the business plan. We could go, this session could be 3 days long talking about just the business plan. So this is an overview. What's that? Well, I'm, Rick, I'm much younger and have so much to learn from you yet. So that first box, first white box, we talked about the CRM. Mike Martin, what happens if you don't put the correct phone number in the CRM and you do this business plan and your boss goes to call to do some follow-up?
If I don't put a phone number or don't put the correct phone number?
Yeah, you don't put the correct phone number in there.
He's not gonna be able to call it.
Yeah. I literally, every month, I call every GM in my zone. I have 300 stores. I call every single GM, touch base with them all throughout my 5 states. I've called multiple stores. I've gotten Domino's Pizza, out of service, wrong numbers, all the time. You know how frustrating that is? The time that I dedicate to do that? Make sure your CRM has the proper information. Make sure the people are properly loaded. GMs, GSMs, new car, used car, independents, owners, salesmen, whoever's working in the business. Make sure the information is in there. Again, work smart, not hard. If you do that up front, all of this is easy. All it goes right through the process. Also going to ask you about dealer information. Why is it important to know how long dealerships have been open? New franchise or independent? Stability. Yeah. Is it good to know how many cars they're selling a month? What can you do with that information? Forecast expectations. Verify his information if you have auto count or other tools. So that's really right in that top session there. Inventory. Asking him who his inventory feed is. What happens if he says, and this is for people that enrolled stores, what happens if he says, my inventory is from Reynolds and Reynolds or CDK only, has no other sources? We don't interface with them. Isn't it better to know now than when you've already sent your enrollment? Because I'll tell you guys a secret for everybody that hasn't only enrolled 1 or no stores. If you send an enrollment in, you don't get a mulligan. This isn't golf. You don't get to call your boss and say, hey Rick, hey Bill, I accidentally submitted that enrollment. Can I try that again next month? No. Bill, what happens at enrollment?
Counts.
Day 1, start clock's ticking, guys. E to A, retention, activity, all counts. Second section, section, goals. I'll give you a scenario. You talk with a dealer. Dealer says, Mike, I get 100 applications a month, subprime. Everybody in this room should jump up and down and say, yes, winning. Drill deeper. Mr. Dealer, of those 100 applications, how many have a trade that are upside down in? Oh, Mike, about 50. Secret, guys, we don't finance upside down trades, negative equity trades. Cars they own that trade in, they owe more money than they're worth. We don't finance those cars. What happens to those 50 customers? No. So how many opportunities do you have? How about this question? Hey, Mr. Dealer, how many of those 50 now have verifiable income or $1,000 or more down? Oof, like, probably 25. Mr. Dealer told me I have 100 applications. I signed them up. How many applications do I really have? Dealer says, I want to do 10 to 15 contracts a month. On 100 applications, I'm in. Sign me up, I'm doing business tomorrow. How many opportunities do I really have? 25? 2 to 3 deals? 1 to 2 deals? 1 to 3? Somewhere in there? Yeah, setting those expectations and knowing where you are with the dealer at that time. This goal section on the business plan, to me, is the most important part, and I could talk about this for hours. Living, breathing, right here. It stays with you. It can change. Do you think that dealer we saw in the video today has changed his goals and expectations along the way? Do you think he has new goals today than he did 7 years ago? Yeah. This document can change. It's so powerful, you guys. Also, when you go to your DOS for an enrollment, you send this to your DOS. You've done the digging. What those guys are going to be doing, questioning you on it. Hey, he's got 25 applications. Well, I've asked him this, and this. Oh, okay. How do you know he's got 100 applications? Well, that's what he told me. Did you ask any more questions? Also, who are the people that are going to be working on the business? Who should we talk to? Who do we need to be training and developing and spending time with? If the sales desk is running the credit and pulling the deals and submitting deals, but we think it's finance, as Ken Tegg talked about today in his video, we're always talking to the wrong people in franchise stores. Independence is easy. It's 1 of 3 people typically. But in a franchise store, it could be sales desk, finance, GM. I got stores that are all mixed up. Have to know who to spend time with. Pay plans. Talked about those questions. We need to know who to pay or how they get paid so we can make sure we sink in with their process. So we understand what our hurdles are going to be. If you have a finance department submitting deals and the finance department's averaging $2,000 of PVR, which is per vehicle retail, profit per vehicle retail, which is money they get paid on, if they're making $2,000 and we come in and max at $560, what do you think is going to happen in those deals? I did finance for a long time, guys. I said how many deals should have been delivered but weren't because I didn't get paid.
Yep.
Facts of life. Next section. Processes. What type of enrollment is this going to be? Option A, option B, purchase, portfolio, national accounts. Hi guys. Pay plan, the finance comp. Are we going to set up finance comp? Are we not going to set up finance comp? Should we? Is it worth it? Is it not? You're going to be talking about how they offer their products. Why is that important? Why is the process important for us to know? Are they packing? Are they compliant? Yesterday, all the directors and I, we got to sit through our chief legal officer, Charlie Pierce. Hey, Bill, how was that meeting? I'll tell you right now, guys, it wasn't fun. As he called himself, he wasn't the fun police, but he definitely was. He's gone now. But we need to know their process. Also, so we can help make sure we're efficiently walking through it with them. That we're not a hurdle. For so long in franchise stores, credit acceptance has been a hurdle because we do things different. We are a little bit different. So we need to make sure we walk through their process and understand their process as much as they understand our process so we can work together side by side. Does that make sense? I strongly suggest you guys get with those people on that contract club. Reach out to those people. This company is very open door policy. Ask them how they use their business plans. Talk to other leaders. Talk to your team. Talk to your leaders on your own teams. Ask them. You can spend days on this. Best thing is, though, it helps slow you down. Get you the information you need. Helps make more educated decisions, not guesses. Anybody play darts? Who would like the bullseye a lot bigger? This business plan enlarges, magnifies that bullseye for you. Lets you hit it every time. We're going to go through an activity. In your activity manual, right after that business plan, there's going to be a filled out business plan. You're going to talk amongst your table and figure out good enrollment, bad enrollment. What did we miss? What kind of discovery should we have done? This is a real enrollment from one of the top markets in the country. The background information is up on the screen. Holy balls.
Check your time. Think
Yeah, I'm
you're
way
gonna go
over. Way over. So, information's up here on the screen to go along with that business plan. Real quick, look at your tables, talk with your team members on your tables. Figure out what you think are a couple mistakes, 1 or 2 mistakes that we could have done. This dealer is a true dealer, independent, that never went active. And then we'll debrief about it. I'll leave this up on the screen for a couple minutes. Remember, use the business plan in the book.
Look at the,
I tell you right now, quickly looking at it, there's 4 to 6 different things you could have done differently in this enrollment. What could you have said differently, or asked differently, or drill in?
It's the one right next to you.
Yeah. So,
I mean, one thing I like to make is the question they asked. Joe, we're back to being a cash dealer, there's no sales, I only want to do 2 sales a month. So, I mean, it's 2 sales a month, you really are lifting sales.
Yeah.
You're shooting yourself in the foot already.
right.
What is that lifting sales rate? Let's find you need to have 5 sales, you need to
Right.
have 10 sales, you need to have 20 sales. Okay, you need to have 20 sales or 10 sales. Why do you have to have 2? I'm saying we're and then you're basically giving the scapegoat to the bottom. I mean, I said 2 calls a month, but that's not lifting sales for me. It's exact amount. So,
100%.
I mean, the fact that he's even considering going back to just cash.
Right.
Well, another minute, and we're gonna go around the room and get some ideas.
I think the pricing aggressively, that's good, but it doesn't always work the best with credit acceptance.
But the inventory was tested with the current pricing strategy, so.
On the surface, this looks like a great enrollment.
Yeah.
There's a few things.
Yeah.
But like he pointed out, when he said that if he doesn't get a big lift in sales, I'll just take care of it. He pointed that out.
Is that a red flag?
That's a red flag.
But then.
Could that be a yellow flag or a red flag?
Yellow.
Yellow. I mean.
Could go either way.
Yeah. I mean, but then you do the business plan, and he's only expected to do 2 contracts with this without a big lift in sales or.
No, maybe. If he's doing 8 sales, maybe. Correct. Drilling deeper. All right, about 30 seconds. Wrap up your thought. Wrap up your thought.
20 sales right now, so that's not gonna be a huge lift.
All right. How many people in the room would enroll this dealer? 1. Would enroll this dealer.
We need to go active so no.
Eventually,
Oh, eventually. So not now.
we're in the not yet.
All right.
We're definitely in the not yet, but I would enroll them if I see the changes.
Tell you a secret. This was a 4-rated man, one of the top in the country, that enrolled this store.
What day was it?
One that ended in Y. What's one question we could have asked differently?
Why do you want to get into?
Why am I here?
Why am I here? What did you guys talk about up here?
Well, he mentioned that he wanted to see an increase in business. If not, he was going to revert back to a cash dealer.
Okay.
But then on the business plan, he's only expecting 2 contracts in increase in volume, and he does 20 sales a month. So.
Yep.
Question is, well,
Is the 10% increase enough?
yeah, is 10% enough? And if not, then what are we doing?
Yeah. What did you guys find back here?
I was just gonna say, I would have quantified the goal a little bit more, so we're trying to make more money.
Drill deeper into that goal. Good. Again.
The question, Mike, about when it was enrolled, they actually had on there 11/25 on the bottom of the
Yeah.
business plan. Could that have been one that was done,
End of the month?
based on the calendar?
What day was it? Like, what day was the month?
November 25th is the date on the business plan. This is the actual business plan. We've changed some things on it, obviously.
18 months to close the pool.
Yeah.
So when you're looking over the business plan, you be like, tell your guy, yeah, go ahead.
Look, I'll roll a dealer if I can get a quality two deals a month, every month consistently.
Sure.
I would roll that dealer all day long.
Yeah.
You get 30 or 40 of those, that's a lot of business. But usually the ones that come in saying they're gonna do 2, don't do 2.
Exactly, if that's their
goal,
that's what they're looking at.
All right, so we're going to wrap up the session here very quickly. Apologize for not being able to get more debrief into that, but you could dive deep into that pretty good. There's about 6 different red flags in that business plan. Start thinking about yourself. We're not going to go through this slide, but start thinking about yourself. What are you going to stop, start, or continue in your own markets? Except for the gentleman that's been there for 2 days. What are you going to start and what are you going to continue? Or start, period. What we need you to do is get your phones out, go to the mobile app. Yep, SLE mobile app. Need you to debrief yourself. Give you about 3 minutes to do that, please. Document your plan. And remember, after SLE, that plan is going to be shared with your DOS, so you guys can create your own action plans. You don't need to read yours now. You get it, you know?
Yeah.
If you have it on your plate, unfortunately, I have not seen it. I can't help you with it.
Discovery and
Bill, do you know it?
Yes.
Bill will walk you through it here real fast.
You guys hit the menu, it should take you down to the breakout sessions, and then all the sessions are listed, you click on the one that you're attending, it's gonna open up that box for you to plug in that information.
Josh, Marty, Mike, Marty, remember, good feedback, guys.
that Mike guy though.
Yeah.
What am I gonna stop doing? Listening to him? No.
No problems there?
Once you get it done, put your phone down so we can tell that you're done. Got a couple more things and we'll be wrapping up here and get you guys out.
Only 4 minutes late.
6.
Top left.
Once you're done, put your phone down.
Nobody didn't voice the text so we can hear what you're doing.
Hey, I don't manage anybody, so you tell me what that it was. I don't write your PDLs. How much influence about?
Another advantage of being a DA. No PDL.
Love it.
If you ever really have an itch to do one, I'd be happy to send my notes to you.
Your name is, again? Enrico?
All right.
That's what we did after, on our next breakout, when we went with our teams yesterday, and the first half, it was all freaking PDLs and shit.
God bless you guys. It wasn't for me.
Were y'all doing the math stuff?
All right.
Y'all doing the metric math?
No, we're doing,
Just writing.
Gosh, that mic guy was really pushing. All right, as you guys are finishing up, I'm gonna read something to you that we talked about yesterday when we did a practice run through here with the 3 of us. I mentor at-risk youth, and one of the things I tell them is the difference between a dream and a goal is when you write it down, dreams become goals. And then this slide popped up, and I don't typically look at the pictures on the slides, and Rick kind of pointed out to me, but we put up there the photo of the slide is a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. A plan backed by action becomes reality. And think about what the business plan is and what the questioning and discovery work does. Real quick, when does discovery quit? When do you stop having to discover in a dealership?
Never.
Josh is shaking his head. What?
Never.
Thank you.
once it starts.
Use proper questioning techniques to get your answers.
Hello.
Make enrollment decisions. Don't let emotion get in the way. Do you like or hate the guy? Do you like the franchise? Don't get caught up in the metrics game. Introduce the business plan at what time?
Early.
Early. Use it correctly, not to check the box. Understand the rationale of each piece. If I went too fast, feel free to find me. I'm here all week. Or talk to your boss about the whys behind the business plan. Knowing that will help you a lot quicker. Tonight, as Dan talked about, we have our fundraiser donation drive. You have silent and live auctions. A shameless plug, you also are going to have a cash drop ran by me, where we just ask for cash. Last year, our goal was bless you. Our goal was 3 wishes, and we granted 8. $61,000 was raised last year. I'd really like to see us hit 100,000 this year. So anything you're willing and able to do would be very much appreciated. Any questions? Whew, 30 seconds late. Get out of here now!
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.